all plays. Whole sports all plays.
Rebel soul child got a fist ball, I'm a respawn of ancestors, and I'm blessed, They are not him, tell him fess up, I get checked up, hella carefree, nothing scares me, hella reckless, yeah, I got next up, right, no we not the same, cause see when I look in your iris, you likely to talk but not ready to ride, you do better keeping it quiet, my pen is ignited, my soul is enlightened, I like who I am but I'm biased, the palette is right, and my drip is a fountain, I'm not like these regular guys, all of that talk is misguided, she like the way I make the tape print, but the way I make the words play is grim, I'm the reaper reaching for the kill switch, the label cut the check like the blazesman, something sparking where his brain is, the beat is somewhere where they prayers in, Geronimo the way I make the bass jump when no parachute is tasted.
What is
What is
going
going
on,
on,
everybody?
everybody? Oh, we're doing dual intro. Let's do it. Okay, we gotta be in sync though. Ready? 3,
Right.
2, 1. No, I'm kidding.
But yeah,
Now,
what's going on, man? What is going on, everybody? It's another episode of Throwing Hands.
mhm.
My name is Jay.
And I'm
My
Josh.
co-host Josh. We just doubled in tonight. Huh?
It's the
That's
Doppler
crazy,
effect from the storm.
right? Yeah, I know. The storm coming in. We were sitting up in here waiting for school to hop in, and the storm hit hard. It hit hard.
Yeah. You're
Man,
telling me
so
that
the
like literally
Sean Strickland era. You didn't hear me, huh?
No, I heard the Sean Strickland era. Do we have a bit of a delay?
I said so. Maybe we are officially in the Sean Strickland era. That's what I was trying to say.
Dude, that's
Yeah,
fucking
knocked out
crazy.
Izzy, man. That's, how do you feel about
I didn't see it coming. Like, not even kidding in the slightest. I did not see it coming. I thought Izzy was gonna make easy work of it, but boy, fucking Sean surprised the hell out of me.
that? I mean, so first of all, it was another at work moment. So we're covering OG Boxing, who had a wonderful event. We'll get to that here in a moment. But we're covering that, so we're ringside again, watching the Izzy fight as much as possible. Um, and that last, 20, 30 seconds of that fight, when Sean is screaming, taunting at him, and
Mhm.
Izzy's backing up. And when's the last time you ever seen Izzy back up like that?
To be honest, I have no idea. I mean, I know when Alex Pereira had him cornered in their first fight, but I mean that wasn't even considered a knockdown in that first fight. So for Sean at the end of
He
that to
still
be
wasn't even backing up then.
true. Yeah. I think it
He
was
had
I
him
think
pressed against the cage, but he wasn't really like
Mhm.
backpedaling.
Yeah. Yeah, I really do think that all I don't even think Sean Strickland was actually fucking trying to do psychological warfare, but I think all the shit talking got the best of him.
Nah, bro, I don't want to put that on shit talking. Yes, Strickland is a great shit talker. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff going back and forth, but it wasn't. Nah, bro, that he was defeated. Like his the way he was carrying himself in those last couple of rounds, his body language after the fight, like he was defeated. That was more than just the shit talking. But John is right. He was throwing bombs. I I don't know if it was like he was caught off by power. I don't know if just the unorthodox style that Strickland brings to the table was it, or if it was just uh I just don't know.
I think it was kind of a little of everything because I know, like me, I still think that the shit talking still kind of got into Izzy's head, but it was the combination of Sean having such an unorthodox style of fighting and defense. I think that's what caught him.
Either way, we are officially in the Sean Strickland area. And who do you think he's gonna go after? I mean, who's gonna get the opportunity to get at him next? Anybody you see immediately? Because I know a lot of people were saying, they don't think that Izzy should have an immediate rematch just because of how lopsided the fight was.
Yeah, I mean, every dog has his day. I think it'd be a split between giving Izzy the immediate rematch or Dricus fights for it. Or you could see possibly Sean just kind of sit in the back burger and Izzy and Dricus fight for the next title shot.
Finally give Rob a chance.
For real. For real. But I
No, but
mean,
man, congratulations, man. That was
yeah, for real, man. But speaking of fighting, tonight we got a very special guest. That's right, huh?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Why don't you go ahead and introduce him?
Okay. Okay. We got to do it. So let me tell you something. This guy goes by Scuba Steve because he be riding waves on Uncut Gems. He's ready to go on a killing spree, unleashing fists built like hellhounds. He'll rip your head off and throw it for the longest yard, be flying so high you see the stars, then you crash land behind some bars, beaten bloody, riddled with scars. I think he needs anger management because he's a click away from leaving his opponents with a speech impediment. Start talking like little Nicky, who got a little too tipsy, now needs to take a beating. Ladies and gentlemen, he's ready to start mauling as he's the one and only Stephen Collins. What's up, my man?
What's up, man? Can y'all hear me?
Uh-oh. Yes, we
Yeah,
can
we
hear
can.
you. We can hear you.
That was that was a great intro.
You
It's
got.
funny. It's funny because I got a speech impediment. I stutter a little bit.
Oh, it's okay. So do I. But no, I remember when
Hey, we
we were
talked about
talking
it.
to you at the UFL event. You were saying that you got the nickname Scuba Steve. So I was like, I got to drop some Adam Sandler references there.
Mm, that was funny.
Yeah, man. How you doing tonight?
Doing good, man. Left practice at like 7:30. Been chilling. I ate dinner already. Just chilling right now. How y'all doing?
We doing
Doing
good.
good.
We
You,
doing
you're
good,
just
man.
2 hours ahead of us, right?
Yeah, so it's 10. It's 10 for me.
All right, you ready for bed, huh?
Yeah, just watching a little movie. Well, a show that One Piece show. They made like a live
One
action
Piece.
of it. Yeah, I'm watching it.
Oh, I've been
Actually,
seeing that.
yeah,
You big
pretty
into
good
anime?
so far. I'm not too big. I just started, really, actually. But I've been following like Dragon Ball Z since a shorty. Naruto, I'm
Yeah.
trying to get into it. I'm still trying to, but Dragon Ball Z though. Big on Dragon Ball Z though. I just started though.
Dragon
I
Ball Z,
think
that's
everybody
what's up.
had a
That's what
little
I
bit
grew
of
up on.
Dragon Ball Z in their
Yeah,
life, right?
gotta
Like,
be, got a little bit.
everybody had a little bit of Dragon Ball Z in their life, man. So, you're from New York, correct?
So I'm from where?
New York?
No, I'm from Chicago.
I don't know where I got the New York thing from, man. I don't know where I got the New York thing from. That's why I had to ask. I was like, okay, he's in Chicago. I thought he was from New York. Let me ask.
Nah, I'm from Chicago.
So, so man, tell me a little bit about how you got into where it all started. Where this love came from.
So first, honestly, where I started was UFC '09, the game back in the day. UFC
Hey,
'09, boy, that shit was so wrong.
bro,
It
that
was
was
so
my
wrong.
favorite one.
Like as a kid growing up, that was so wrong. Like that's when I really like, dang, like wrestling fake, WWE fake, UFC the real stuff. And then
Yeah.
after that, I just played football all my life. I wrestled in high school, and then like after wrestling season, one of the coaches came back and was like, do you want to do MMA? And that was Bo Samanego. And he brought me to the gym, got my ass beat a few times, and just kept coming. I think my first fight was in 2021, TKO second round. After
Oh,
that,
so you've only been actually
Nice.
fighting and competing for a couple years now.
yeah, I'm 22 actually.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah,
Nice.
real young.
Nice.
Yeah, just
Hey,
turned
that's
pro.
Got
what's
into the
up.
game young, man. That's good. So,
As I started,
so you were
I
wrestling in high
started
school too?
off 18. Yeah, I wrestled and played football in high school, but played football since I was like 9.
Okay. Do you
Nice.
feel that your time playing football had any good translations in regards to discipline and training over to wrestling MMA?
Yeah, it had like great translation because like the tour days, it's like I used to hate them in football, but now I'm doing for a living. Like when I'm ready for fights, I'm working out twice a day. So I'm not. I feel like I'm not working hard enough, but it's really just a combination of the football and the wrestling. Cause like in the summer I'll go to like football practice, but then I'll still be like going to like Harvey Twisters to like wrestle a little bit or something, do a little something here and there.
Okay.
So that kind of
How,
helps
how
kind of
important
push
do
you
you?
a little bit harder inside the gym.
But
Now,
y'all both just said something at the same time.
yeah, we got a little bit of a delay. I just seen because, like I said, that storm. See, I told you, man, Arizona don't get no weather like this. We don't get no rain. So you get a little bit of rain, everything
Yeah.
starts malfunctioning. People can't drive. The internet go out, power go out. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
So
it was
we
so
gonna
hot
have to
out there.
work.
I'm like, damn, it don't rain out here either. Cause ain't no grass. Ain't no grass out there.
We
Looking like
water
ain't no
rocks.
grass. Right, ain't no grass out here.
Was this your first time out in
They
Arizona?
Yeah, but I've been to Vegas though. But yeah, my
Okay.
first time was on yeah.
Yeah, Vegas hot too. Vegas is hot too. And Arizona hot, but it's definitely hot too.
Arizona was crazy though. I ain't gonna lie. I was on top of the
So
rooftop
so
working out with a sauna suit on. It was so hot.
Oh, now that's brutal, bro. That's brutal.
It was like the last 2 pounds.
that's
Oh my god,
suicide right
coach.
there, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
you better off going to the hot room or something to the sauna. That sun ain't no joke. Um, you know, take me a little bit, uh, through your first fight camp. Um, as far as a pro, UFL 3, you debuted against Roger Jackson. So take me through a little bit of that. You know, how was that? You telling me that you were on top of the roof, the sun, baking, trying to get them last couple of pounds off. Take me a little bit about that. Through that.
So I was getting ready for a fight for CFFC actually, but the fight had fell out, and then that's when the matchmaker contacted me, and I kept my camp going, cause I'm a pretty active guy. Like I still keep my practices going. I probably tone down the running a little bit when I'm not. When I don't have a fight, I probably be a little lazy, but that just come with it. But once my coach told me about the situation, I'm like, first I seen the message, see who it was. I'm like, let me go watch the video before I respond. I went, I went and watched some videos. I'm like, okay, he was 4-0 or 3-0 as an amateur, but these fucking tomato cans, bro. Like he probably fought one good person, maybe one good
Mm.
person, but other than that, to me, they was all tomato cans. So I'm in my head, I'm like, bro, okay, so I wrestled a Greco-Roman style fucking world champ, a kickboxer. That was a kickboxer. He was like 5. I'm just tallying up in my head. So I'm like, I could beat this guy. Me and my coach like, you could beat this guy. And then he like go in here, spoil the party, and then that's like what I did. I just kept my camp going, was working harder. It made me work a little bit harder, made me have more pressure. But as I got closer and closer to the day, and I seen his eyes, I just knew he wasn't ready for what I was bringing to the table. But that punch though, because my game plan was really to like stick and move out of the, force him to take bad shots. I got hit, boy. I'm like, yeah, I'm wrestling. I'm wrestling. I'm about to wrestle, bro. I'm wrestling, bro. That power was genetic.
But and that was in that first round when you got caught that first time. That's when you made that switch to the wrestling.
Man, yeah, that's why I made the switch to the wrestling. I started clenching them, and I started realize I could throw knees and elbows. I remember, like, yeah, I'm pro now. I can throw elbows, knees. I just started abusing the power, actually.
Nice. I saw too that there were a couple of situations. I forget which round it was, but you almost had him in a rear naked choke. How close were you to being able to
I think
sink
it was
that in?
second round.
Yeah, it was a second round. I wasn't focused on getting it under his neck. I was more focused on having a cranked, which I should have been trying to get under his neck, and I had my hands like this instead of behind his head. So my coach told me. But honestly, in my head, I'm thinking like, okay, I can hold him here for like 45 seconds or a minute. It can look like I'm going to run, He did drop me, so I'm thinking in my head like, I gotta do something extravagant, like to where like I'm finna almost finish with type stuff. So I was just squeezing, look at the clock. Like you can see me squinting. I'm looking at the clock, I can't see for shit. So I'm just squinting, looking at the clock, like, okay, it's enough time. I feel like I'm finna slip. Let me just get down. So I really used it for control time. He was strong too.
I
So it's
love
like I don't.
my bad. Yeah, well, I'm definitely on a delay. It's me, guys. No, but I love how honest you are about it. You know, the did you know or what made you so confident in the wrestling differential there? Because I felt like the confidence in the wrestling was like from the get go. Because once you felt like you were going to the wrestling, it was done.
I mean, shoot. I just feel like my wrestling is like superior. I mean, I'm not the best wrestler. I'm not the best wrestler, but my wrestling is superior. Because I wrestle guys in the gym that's 3 time state champions, 4 time state finalists. The number one kid that wrestled. I think he wrestled at 152 in high school, 160. He come in the gym regularly. Like we got real guys coming to the gym and wrestling. Like we got a big wrestling where we at. You feel me? So
Mm-hmm.
Gilbert Grappling is known for wrestling. Like, so it's like my wrestling is great. I had a great wrestling coach. So I just feel like my wrestling is great. So it's like I can fall on it whenever I want to. But I always start with my hands though to see, to try to throw them off. Cause
Yeah.
I don't want them always to know that I'm about to go to wrestling. I want to throw my hands first, cause I do box. So got to throw my
Yeah.
hands, see what happens.
Yeah, yeah. It's always great to have that wrestling foundation, especially with how dominant it is in the sport right now. But to be able to diversify your skill set and keep them on their toes is a very unique feature and a good quality to have, especially in the sport and then going pro.
Hmm.
So I did see John. I think it was towards the end of round two and coming into round three. Seeing John a little bit at that cage over there. Well, what was going on in the octagon, and who were you actually talking to?
So one time when like I was talking and pointing, I was talking to his pops. I said something. I forgot what he said, but I said something. And then he said what, and then I said something back, just being cocky. I can't remember right now because I don't remember.
It
I
was
was
such a
just
spur in
talking.
the moment thing.
Yeah, I was just talking because like if you see my other
Was it more
fights,
adrenaline
I
than
talk.
anything?
Yeah, it was adrenaline. And like that's when I felt like I'm finna win. So let me just get in this dead man real quick. Like my coach be telling me not to talk so much and just fight, but sometimes it's just hard not to talk. Sometimes, but
Were you
but
worried at all that Rampage was going to try to come in all pissed?
I mean, come in, piss away, go ahead, let's see what happens. But I ain't like that. But it's like he lost the fight, so come in mad, be mad
No,
at him. He lost. I won.
no, but you definitely, that definitely turns it up a little bit because I think it was towards the end of the second, and that's when, yeah, I think it was during that crank. It was during the crank, and I think he was telling him to like roll out of it or something like that. And you were drawn back at him like, "No, that ain't about to
Hmm.
happen," or something along those lines. But
Yeah. I
coming
did
into
say.
that
I said,
third
nah, it ain't
round,
gonna happen. Yeah, I said, it ain't gonna happen.
yeah, and
Yeah.
so coming into that third round, it did kind of turn up Raja a little bit because in that third round when he came out, if I remember right, he tried to keep his distance so y'all would throw a little bit more, but you ended up putting that pressure on him because at that point you guys were both tired. Um,
Hmm.
you know, and
But
you end up
I
putting that
knew he
pressure
was
on him.
more tired though. I knew he was more tired than
That's
me though.
Yeah.
yeah,
Especially
and I
with the
think that
wrestling aspect.
go ahead.
Yeah, definitely. And then I started to get comfortable too with my hands. Like I started to get real comfortable with my hands and like faking a shot. I took a bad shot where he sprawled real good, but like, I knew it was a bad shot. So when he sprawled, I just stood up like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I could definitely tell, with that neck crank that you were going for in the second round, even just trying to defend that and then the what it does cut off in regard to your ability to breathe and the blood circulation, it does do a number on you. It's like when I've been in gym with some of my friends and they get me at that, even though nothing looks like it's happening, there's a lot that is actually happening. It takes a lot from your cardio.
Yeah, especially when it's real tight too. 'Cause I was
Hmm.
holding on for some dear life with that headlock.
Yeah.
Hey man, you got that was a very entertaining fight. Um, especially, I mean, I'm a fan of the trash talk back and forth, especially in competition like that. Growing up,
Hmm.
basketball, football, that's part of the game. So I'm
Yeah,
definitely a fan of that. You
when I played football, I talked a lot of shit. 'Cause I played linebacker, so I talked a lot of shit. I talk shit all damn day.
so
See,
that's
that's
where it
perfect for the sport.
comes from.
Yeah.
That's where it comes from. The heat of battle, that adrenaline pumping. You used to John
Hmm.
anyways, and you're alert. You're hearing everything. That's another thing. I don't understand how you heard him.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like it's like I hear it's like levels. It's like levels of the noise.
Hmm.
So it's like I hear the crowd, but it's like I hear my coaches. I hear like people that's a little closer, like the coaches are. So it's like he was in that circle of like the coaches circle, like where I could hear, like that's
Yeah.
how I put it, and that's how I always did it when I played sports, like when I did football, wrestling, because wrestling turned to be loud. You got folks in coach voice. I wasn't always good at listening. I'm a little hard headed, as my mom say, but especially with the head drum.
Oh yeah.
So so
Do
yeah,
you ever have a Oh, go ahead.
I just learned to just like tune it out and just listen. Make sure I can at least hear. Sometimes I don't listen to them, but I can hear it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Do you ever have any hard times trying to hear your coaches when you got the crowd that's being so loud?
Yeah, sometimes like I have a hard time comprehending what he's saying because he's having so come like he's like left hand. Okay. Like I did that one time in the fight, he was like pull his left hand or something. I'm like, he's like, yeah, yeah. Okay, cool.
Nice. And so
So
was it the call to fight Roger Jackson that made you want to decide to make your pro debut, or did you just feel it was finally ready for it?
Um, yeah. I think yeah, because my fight that I had booked already, it was amateur. And then that's when I was like, that's when my coach was like, you gonna fight him, gonna be pro. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll fight my pro debut. It'd be the perfect I beat Rampage Sons, my pro debut. Like, that's perfect. Like, that's how I thought of it. I'm like, it's perfect. Like my people saying like, oh, he's strong like his dad. You better be careful this and that. I'm like, man, look, I'm training. I'm working hard. He not working as hard as me. You feel me like that? And that's what I try to make a point of with all my opponents. Like, you're not working as hard as me.
Mhm.
You feel me? So
Yeah, especially in this sport, you have to have that demand for the hustle because, I mean, like we always hear the saying, any man can beat anybody on any given day, but it's the amount that you put in for that grind. Because if you're the one that's showing up 6 days a week, 2 times a day, and your opponent, he's only showing up half that time, that hustle and that hard work is going to make a drastic difference between the two.
right, exactly. And that's what I believe in.
yeah.
Hard work beats talent.
Hmm.
So you're telling me a little bit about during camp how you had a couple of nervous patches that you had to come and talk to yourself and kind of get over that and reassure yourself who you were. So tell me a little bit about that. What was it that was kind of weighing in on you, and how was that a little bit of a tough journey, kind of getting through that?
Sure. It was just tough. Okay, so like I think I kind of let the name get to me, but then I started like thinking to myself like anytime I feel nervous or like I feel like just nervous because it'll come after I leave the gym and I'll be home and I just be sitting just thinking like inside my thoughts and I just be thinking my girl will ask me like what's wrong? I'm like I'm just nervous and that and she'll tell me like it's just he's a person, he's not his dad. So I started to refer to as a Roger. Like I'm not saying Roger Jackson. Like your name is Roger, bro. Like you just a fighter. You feel me? Just
Mhm.
another fighter that I have to get through. And then when I started thinking, like like when I started to get myself more pumped up about working out more, working harder, so I can feel like he not working as hard as me. You feel me? So like that type of stuff is what fuels fuels my like my confidence, like working hard. So me going to the gym, telling myself like he's just another fighter, watching this film like it ain't nothing special. Only got the left hand. I got caught with it, but I got up. So yeah, like that. It just me working hard and me just doing my homework on them. Like that's what ease down the pressure.
Right. And so how much of this sport do you feel really focuses on the mental aspect? Because like you were saying, you had some nerves where you have those moments where you sit quiet. And that's something that a lot of casual fans don't necessarily see is that yes, they may see you in training or in fighting and competing, but when the moments there where there's the calm, fighters don't necessarily or people don't necessarily see the fighters in that aspect and what they have to go through in preparation.
Um, yeah, it's that what you say, what you were saying, like that calm and that's sitting there, like that's that'd be different. Like that'd be totally different. Like you really, it's like you preparing a war. Like I feel like if we was going to war, you had that same mindset. Like you sit in the front room, like I'm about to really go shoot some motherfuckers today. Like I gotta make sure I come back alive. You feel me? So
Yeah.
I'm about to really go beat this boy ass. Make sure I get up the ring alive. So like, and that's how I was thinking. Like I could die in there, but I'm not. You feel me? Like that's how I'm thinking. Like it's a war. Like I'm gonna be victorious. Over you. So it was like I was just thinking just war mindset and just just because when I get in camp and I get to the last 3 weeks, like I just be like just like nothing else matter. Like my mom and she be mad. She be calling me. I'm like, Mama, I don't care, Mama. Like I'm not being disrespectful. I'm like, Mama, okay, I'll come see it when I get a chance. Like I don't care right now, Mama. Practicing. She like, I hate when you cut weight, this and that. Like, Mama, you calling me?
Yeah, I mean, those last 3 weeks is the most brutal aspect because that's when the weight cut really kicks in. You're still having to go through your camp like normal, but now you're cutting down your calories, your carbs, sugars, all that drastically low. You're having to now do water loads if you do that, going through extra, having to drop all that weight just to be able to make weight. So it's easy for any slightest distraction to throw your trajectory off. So you have to stay laser focused.
Right. And like
Yeah, that mental
I'm a father.
fatigue and all that.
I'm a father of a 3-year-old. So it's like I have to move strategically every day just so I don't throw nothing off. Like it's a must. I
Mhm.
don't have no choice. People have a choice to start their day off right, or I could sleep in. Like I don't have a choice. I have to start my day off right, or else I'm gonna be behind. I got to go to work, pick my son up, go to practice. Then after practice, go to the sauna. Then come home, put him in the shower. I get in the shower. We eat. Boom, do it all over again. Take him to school,
Mm.
drop him off, go to talents, work out. Like it has to be in order. I have to balance everything because if I do one thing too much, I'm not taking care of the other thing. If I start doing this too much, I can't take it. Like I gotta have everything even, like all my hands on different places at the same time.
Balance
Yeah.
of life.
And like that's
Yeah.
that's what get me like that's what be getting me nervous. So like what I mean in my thoughts just thinking like damn I got to do this and that. Like I wish I could just focus on training, but it's like everything else in life is what make me me, what make me such a great fighter because I'm attentive to everything.
Yeah, and it makes your story too so much more valuable because, like, you can see how there are some athletes where they don't have all those kind of distractions to take them off trajectory like that. Versus you have to work even harder to manage your own schedule, manage your own diet and your training measurement while also taking care of your kids. That's major respect, man.
All right, yeah. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
There's a lot that goes
It's
into
getting
that,
easy though,
man.
cause he 3 now. He 3 now. It's getting a little easy, so I get to like just to bring him to the gym now. He just be chilling.
Makes it easier. Yeah.
Yeah, make it easier.
He punching the bag. He getting involved yet?
Yeah, he punching the bag. I got him some wrestling shoes. They just a size too big, but he can grow into them though.
Hey, there we go. That's what's up. Does he copy any of
Half
the
the
stuff you do at
size.
the gym?
Yeah, like he'll get on the bag, like the bag that's like heavy. He'll be on top of it, hitting it like how I was
Mhm.
doing in the video. Did you guys see that video? And then he'll be punching the bag. You know, his uncles is my brother, so it's like I mean that's dumb, but yeah, my brothers is like I'm 22, so my brothers is like not too much older, so it's like well I'm the oldest boy and I got all younger brothers, so it's like he got hella uncles. He just be beating up on and they beat up
Okay.
on him.
That's what's up, man. That you can put back
Yeah,
into it. It's crazy that you know get to start off your fighting career at such a young age, and you obviously the first fight of your pro career is always going to be a marker. But for you to have that name already, have already climbed that mountain, gone over that hurdle already, your next camp, your next fight camp is going to be such a different experience for you. You're not going to have that same amount of personal pressure that you're putting on yourself because a lot of that was self pressure. That if you want to perform well and you want to make sure that you can, you know, do it for yourself at that point. You
yeah,
know,
definitely.
so how do
After
you
fighting him,
feel?
you don't hear what you
Go
trying to say?
ahead, because I think you're about to go into it.
Oh yeah, yeah. After fighting him, bro, I don't care who the fuck they put in front of me, bro. I'm knocking him down. Like after fighting him, like he's just a person, but he's still Rampage Jackson's son. I went on their promotion, beat they golden boy. You feel me? And won. You feel me? So it's like now me going into my next fight, which probably be in November. The guy is so to say 3-0 as a pro, but he fought all fucking tomato cans, like 1-4, 4-3, 4-5, like guys. Like he fought garbage guys. So it's like I'm not afraid. I'm about to go fight him, give him his first L, move on to 2-0, and keep this party going. And
Okay,
that's my move right now.
so you're kind of it seems like your focus in regard to your career is how like there's a conversation across the different combat sports where people kind of pad their records. Is that something that you're specifically trying to avoid to really show your skill set and display what you're capable of?
Yes, sir. Me and my coach just talking about today. Like we gonna pad my record with names, so it look way better than somebody that's 4-0 that wrestled bums. Like I'm already started off great. Like what can be higher than fight Rampage Jackson's son? Like what can be higher? Like in my head, I'm thinking like what can be higher than that? Like fighting a CFFP champion. I'm not ready for that yet, but I can build up to it. I just fought at this high level. Like
Mhm.
it wasn't the highest level, but it was like for me to go pro, my pro debut, it was high for me. Like that was great. Like that was
Yeah.
a movie dream.
Next up, you're gonna have to
Man,
challenge Anderson Silva's son.
Hey, if you my weight class,
man, no, no, but that, yeah, you're right. I mean, there's levels to everything. Like you were talking about earlier, just have the levels of the sound and being able to hear them and explaining that. There's levels to this as well. And like him already in your first fight camp, it sets you up for, you know, you experiences being able to know what's coming or be able to recognize something that you're seeing, right? So that gives you that opportunity as you move forward, right away. So growing up, who was your who did you like growing up? Who pushed you towards getting into fight?
so getting into fighting. So I grew up in the hood, Chicago. I grew up in the South Side. So like by like the Simeon area, you heard of the high school called Simeon in Chicago.
Think so,
No,
A little
yeah.
bit, yeah.
that's why Derrick Rose came from.
Oh, okay,
Hmm.
okay.
Yeah,
So yeah,
that's
so
like
it's like that area. I lived in that area. So guys fighting guys growing up, but what motivated me, first my uncle, he taught me how to throw a jab. And I was just building in the house, just like we just be practicing the jab, practicing the cross. I played the game a lot, so like in between the game, I'd be like, all right, Uncle, from the practice the jab, practicing the jab, practicing the jab. And then I always had a house full of people. You feel like I grew up. My mama had 6 kids, one girl. I'm the oldest boy, so it's like I gotta teach all these little dudes how to grow up the right way, you know. So and then my cousins, my older cousin, young cousin, so like it's always people we fight. Like we end up having Royal Rumbles, we end up having Hell in the Cell matches. Like we really end up like because we wrestling to the point where my mama yelling like, "What the hell is y'all doing up there? I'm gonna break something." Like we yelling to the point where my mama coming up with a belt whooping us like that. That's how hard we wrestling. So
Yeah.
so that then it went from that to me just starting to learn, like just watching, watching them as I grew up, like Rampage Jackson, Rashad Evans, just real like MMA fighters, just watching it, like legends in my ass.
Mm-hmm.
George St. Pierre, John Jones, like that's John Jones, like number one in my mind. But George St. Pierre, he was so raw to me, like
Yeah.
he was just so raw. He was just so raw to me.
So
Him,
smooth.
Anderson Silva, like just watching them, I'm thinking like, bro, in my head, I always think I thought in my head like, bro, I'm a warrior enough to do this. But I played football, wrestled, and then when I got the chance to like do it, and I'm really in the gym, I'm like, bro, ain't nothing else. What else would I be doing? I didn't go to D1 for football. I'm not going to NFL. I didn't want to wrestle in college. That shit was dead. I'm sorry, because that's too much. And then I'm like, and I want to wrestle. I want to be around sports. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna go to school for personal training and fight. And that's what I
Nice.
did.
Nice. And you came in actually too at such a phenomenal era because like me and James, we talk about it a lot, ever since Conor McGregor came to the picture, it really showed a precedence for, especially if you have a great social media following, good influence, how much leverage you could really use it for in regard to your career, developing your skill set, what you could get out of it, as well as the return you could bring on yourself and your family as well.
Yeah, Connor is great. Like if we talking like now, like Connor is great. Like he up there. Like just the fact of what he did, how he did it, who he did it to. It's like I don't care what the back talk controversy. John Jones has so much controversy. I think John Jones is the greatest. So McGregor is up there. I love what he did for the sport. He made me think like as I was fighting, I'm like, bro, I can get that type of money. I'm Scuba Steve. I can get the type of money. You feel me? So
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And we got our boy Mike, he said, what part of the Chi are you from?
so South Side, so like 81st and Bishop, 79th, that area. The whole South Side, Auburn. It's called Auburn Gresham. Not everybody know who it's called Auburn Gresham. It's just I know that because that's like the district of the school, but it's like the South Side, like
Okay, bet.
81st, 79th,
Mm,
all that over there. I
that's
lived
fast.
all over Chicago. Like I lived on 63rd, 64th. I lived on 79th, 93rd, 113th. Like I lived all over Chicago before I moved to the Burbs.
Okay, okay. That's what's up.
Yeah.
So any fights on the calendar already?
It's not official, but it's something in the works for November 3rd with CFFC most likely. But
Right.
it's not confirmed yet. But me, I do my homework. The guy like 3-0 as a pro, all ultimate cans. So
Yeah, I remember you saying that
yeah,
earlier. Like
yeah.
he's fought somebody that was like, I think like what, one and
One and
three, then
four
four
as
and
a
three,
pro,
1 and 4. Oh
bro.
yeah, damn.
That's crazy. Like just hang it up, bro. I'm sorry. Like just hang it up.
Yeah, I mean, it's with this sport especially, it's kill or be killed because you need
Yeah,
if I mean, there's people that are cut out for it and people that aren't cut out for it. And
yeah.
with how brutal and unforgiving it could be, you have to be prepared and ready for everything. And you really have to stay on your game.
Yeah, and I'm a good guy. Maybe that guy he beat that was 1-4, he might be 20-4 one day. I don't know, but just starting off 1-4, that's tough. That's real tough.
Mm,
Yeah, we
yeah.
talk about that often too, because it's like boxing. Another combat sport with a lot of history. You can start off 1-4 and have an amazing career. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like you can really do that. I mean, unfortunately, in MMA in today's age of the sport, it's very difficult to make that climb if you start off 1-4 or shit 3 losses in a row in your first 5 to 10 fights is it's a hard thing to come back from. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So
it was kind of hard for me when I was a amateur because I did take tough fights. I lost some fights that I should have won, but I took some tough fights, and two of the fights I lost by like 2 points. It was just like it was like killer because it was like I was 2-0, then I went to 2-1, then I won one, went to 3-1, then I lost one, went to 3-2, and then I fought the guy that I went viral for, and I went 4-2. And then when I got to this fight, I started getting nervous because like some pattern, I'm seeing a pattern in my head. I'm like, fuck, you can't lose, you can't lose, you can't lose, you know. And that was another thing that put pressure on me.
Yeah, but hey, pressure make diamonds.
right.
Yes, sir. Yes,
But you
sir.
gotta also keep in mind too, though, like as an amateur, it's a totally different thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just like as a boxer, we've seen amateur boxers have 100 fights, 200 fights. You know what I mean? And then come in and just take over when they become a pro. So it's all about, like you said, you do a lot. You do your studying and you stay up on your opponents. It's the same thing in the amateur level, kind of studying yourself and kind of filling in those holes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's like and plus I'm young. Like in the gym, they always tell me like, yeah, you still young. Like there, I do some stupid shit. They be like, oh yeah, that's the youngest in them. Like when I tried to, cause Bo, he's in the corner telling me like, do like the sweep, but I guess I didn't do it right, and I just fell to my ass. I was like, oh fuck, I'm dumb, and I just got up.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, hey, as you said, you're only 22 years old. You know, it's because you said that you just started. That was back in 2021. So, you know, you're already off to such a great start with your career, and being so young, you have tremendous opportunity moving forward to advance your skill set in such dominable ways. You know, with having access to so many different resources, especially too with how you made your pro debut with the UFL and against Raja Jackson. It just opens up so many doors for you into what you could develop yourself within the next 10 years.
definitely, definitely.
So, what? So you're talking a little bit about kind of like what influenced you. Do you have like someone that you would say kind of your game resembles a little bit as far as whom you were kind of looking at growing up? Anybody you trying to resemble your game around? Pieces you
Um,
take from them?
so I wanna say I take my like my mindset like from like a Conor or Floyd Money Mayweather. But I'm humble though. Like I'm confident. I'm just confident. It's not cocky. I'm confident in myself. Like
Mhm.
I believe that I can do anything I put my mind to. But like my fight game wise, I just feel like I'm a real balanced fighter. Like I feel like there's no build like me. Like once I get to the UFC and I get on the game, they're like, oh snap, this Scuba Steve, Bill Ross. Like I want my. I feel like I'm slowly making my own style. Even though it's a balanced style, striking, wrestling. Some people say I brawl, but my last fight I ain't brawl. I used my other weapons that he wasn't using. I was using knees and elbows. Like I threw more knees than punches.
Yeah. I bet that must have been a big game changer too, now transitioning as a pro. Cause then, you know, we've seen a lot of fighters in their amateur career where they don't think or they forget in the spur of the moment about the rule says amateur, we can't throw elbows, you can't throw knees, stuff like that. So you must be pretty excited now. You could really utilize the full set of arsenal you have.
Yeah, very very excited. But like people that back to your question, people that like motivate me, like icons, is people like fighter wise, is people like I said, George St. Pierre. John Jones, just the way he did stuff and how he did it. Kamar Usman, I'm kind of mad his era is gone because I was so for him, but I'm still for him. You feel me? I'm still for Kamar Usman. But that's
Me too.
he one of the fighters I like right now. And
It sucks too because I was a big Izzy and Uzman fan because just the
mm,
way they brought the style. Like,
mm,
we hadn't seen that since Anderson was young and like the young Jose, uh, the young Ben Henderson. Like,
mm,
it'd been a minute since we seen that type of style. So I was
yeah,
excited to get that back from Uzman and Izzy, man.
right. But Izzy, he messed up, bro. He underestimated him. It looked like this. This what I was thinking. It looked like he went out there how John Jones went out there against Alexander Gustafsson. Like he said, he didn't train. That's what
Oh
it
yeah.
looked like out there to me. That's what it looked like out there to me. Like he must ain't take it serious, then train. You feel me? Thinking he on top of the world because he beat
And
Alex
you think
Pereira.
about it, I was just gonna say because before the Alex Pereira fight, let's be honest, he fought Whitaker a couple times and he beat them both. He was out of opponents that were really challenging him, and him knocking Alex out the way he did. I think it was like, all right, ooh, it's over.
Hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
remember, because he was already talking about, well, I'm just gonna finish out a couple more fights here, and then I'm gonna go up a weight class. Like,
Mm-hmm.
he was already like 3 fights ahead.
Yeah.
So I agree with you on that one. He did look way too relaxed,
He looked terrible out there,
way too
honestly, bro.
Yeah, I think someone was saying too that he came out dry on the walkout, like you know how the fighters typically prepare in the back, got the sweat going. I guess somebody was saying
Mm-hmm.
that he came out and he was just as dry as a whistle.
That's more
Damn.
like what Scuba was saying, because when you dead end focus like that, you work up a sweat just walking around in the back. Like, all right, we
Yeah,
got
I be
2 more
sweating.
minutes.
It's
Yeah,
like it's like I'm finna go Super Saiyan.
right.
That's what it feels like.
So no, he had a lot of. To me, he had a lot of signs. All right, not to switch gears, but he had signs that I saw in Earl Spence before Earl Spence got in the ring with Terrence. That's
Mm,
how I felt when I watched it back.
Hey,
Mm.
I ain't gonna lie. Earl got his ass beat. Izzy didn't get his ass beat like that. That was the ass whooping right there. Like
When's the
that was
last
the
time you
one of
see
them.
Izzy running from someone while they're
Yeah, I ain't
screaming
never,
at him?
but I ain't gonna lie. Earl got his like that was like a man. I ain't nobody can replicate that. But that was. But yeah,
Well,
I
Earl
see what
can't.
you're saying.
Earl can't hold nobody. Like Earl, he was boxing, he had gloves on. He couldn't hold him.
What was it?
Izzy could at
Oh
least
my
like
god.
hold him and run.
Yeah, Izzy could hold him and run. If Izzy, I feel like if Izzy had a little wrestling, he could have kind of faked to his favor, but he ain't got no wrestling.
I don't know.
He ain't got no
Shit,
wrestling.
I think typically, yes. The Izzy we saw, I don't know. Sean had like Strickland had his number in every category.
All right,
Hmm.
like he was serious. Like he usually a goofy motherfucker, but he was real serious. He was
Yeah.
serious.
Until the
What
end.
do you think of? Oh, go ahead, James.
No, go ahead. I was
Uh,
just laughing.
I was just gonna ask. So, what do you think of Sean Strickland's kind of mentality after winning? Because, like, you see him like saying that the belt means nothing. He sets it on the ground. I think just today he released a video of him saying that he broke part of the belt and he duct tape it. But how
Mm.
do you feel about that? Like his whole approach to being a champion.
I mean, shoot, that's how it really is. Like Sean Strickland, he getting money at the highest level, but like guys that win professional belts, like Jose Perez, he making he making what he make from his fight, but it's not like like make it rich type money like now, not yet. But it's like he a champion, but he still gotta go back to his regular life. He's
Hmm.
still Jose Perez. He still take care of his kids. Still go to work. Feel me? It's still the same thing. I mean, you're a champion. You're in history. But what's next? Still got to think about what's next. That's how I feel. I like Sean
Yeah,
Strickland.
I mean,
I like him. He say some wild stuff. He be trying to get a nice point across, but he said in a wild way. But I like Sean Strickland.
I, I see. I think that all right. Out of like the Kobe Covingtons, the Connors,
I don't
the
like
all
Kobe
those
Covington
guys,
though.
I like Sean String. I like Sean Strickland a little bit more because
Sean
he
Strickland is
seems
how
more.
Kobe Covington should be.
Yeah,
We'll
because
see
Kobe, he's
Kobe
kind of
Covington.
faking it.
That all right? You took the words out of my mouth. Like Kobe Covington was pushing everything. Sean is actually like this in real life. Like if you see him
Mm-hmm.
on podcasts where he just be chilling, like if you see him out, like Sean's really like that. So to
Mm-hmm.
me, the moment when the fight was called and he was walking away from the cage and that reaction that he had when it like dawned on him that was the fifth round and it's over and he won the fight and he went to run
Mm-hmm.
it. That's why that belt don't matter because it's different for Sean. Sean was in a position where he wasn't he wasn't expecting to win, even though he believed he
Mm-hmm.
could, and everybody else in that arena was not expecting him to win. There's nothing bigger than what he just did. Fuck the belt. He just shocked the world already.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. So now to bring it back in tangent, because I always have a question I'd like to ask people. You know, for you yourself, is there anyone that you would like to have in your corner? Any fighter, any person outside of fighting that's alive or dead? Like I've had some people, they reference Muhammad Ali. Another person said is their grandpa. We get a lot of people that say only their coaches and team they already have. But is there any one person you'd have for your corner?
Um, I wish I could have had my boy Isaac Watkins in my corner one time. He one of the fighters that passed away from my
Oh
gym.
man.
Yeah. Um, I just wish I could have had him in my corner one time, like any fight, because that was my boy. We played football together, wrestled since freshman in high school. So it's like I've been going to practice with him for a minute, like since we was freshmen in high school. So that's a person that I would wish to like if I could have him in my corner just for one fight, I would.
Nice, nice. And do you carry kind of like his spirit in that sense with your fighting career? Like you're fighting for more than just yourself?
Yeah, all of us do. We call it the Henny Man way. And they something one of my teammates asked like after Jose Perez defended his belt and he won. He was on Instagram. He was like, you want to know how we do it with Hennessy and bad intentions.
Right.
So every time like we win or somebody win like me when I won, you go to the gym Monday or Tuesday. Everybody get around, spill, do a little spill, take a shot of Henny, and get right back to practice.
Right.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Does taking that shot of Henny before practice mess with your stomach at all?
Nah, nah.
No, it takes a little off the edge.
Yeah, just a little,
Just a
little
little
Have a
hair,
little
extra
more
hair.
little
fun.
hair on my chest, little hair on
Yeah,
my
just a
chest.
little extra hair.
Cause actually, like during the like the winter time, one of the wrestlers parent had brung in like this. I don't know what it's like an apple. It's just something like a sweet like whiskey maybe. I don't know. It's like a concoction that he made, and it tastes so good. So like after every round of sparring, we was taking shots of it because it was so sweet and like you didn't feel like you didn't taste the
Or-
liquor that much, but like after like six of them, I was like, okay, I feel it.
Yeah.
So
And you
we
know
so
it's
we sparred and got drunk before.
I love that. And, you know, especially when it's cold as fuck outside or in the gym,
Right.
you take those shots, it warms you up a bit.
Yeah, it was cold. It's like because the building
Right.
take a little minute to get warm sometimes.
Your
Right?
go-to meal
Go to meal
weight
after
cut.
the weight cut.
Mm-hmm.
Go to meal. So first, you gotta drink all the healthy stuff. You gotta get the water, the Pedialyte, all that fruit, all that. But my go to meal, so before the fight, after the weight cut, I have a bowl of Alfredo pasta every
Ooh.
time. I don't miss it every time, and I get a like a vegetable soup or like a chicken soup on the side or a chili on the side, and then and at night that's when I get a little reckless. I give me some cereal bars, some Skittles. I get some Nutty Buddies, just like a few, like just one Nutty Buddy, one cereal bar, some Skittles. I drink some juice at night.
So you got sweet tooth.
Yeah, I do. I do. Honestly, yeah. I know once I get a little older, I can't do the things I do now because everybody tell me. But I'm like, I'm gonna enjoy it while I can. So,
Yeah.
and then the morning of, I get like a nice big breakfast. It's this place where if I have a local fight, I go to this place called Eggheads in Tinley Park. That's in Illinois. Get eggs, hash browns, pancakes, fruit on the pancake just to make it look healthy. And then yeah, and some tea or some coffee. But after the fight,
Oh
I
no.
get
All's fair. 11-4.
yeah, anything, bro. Not super nachos, Dorito nachos, tortas, tacos, um, chili, like the fattened chili, barbecue.
What
My
you know
mama
about
a
them
chef.
sources though? Oh,
What
okay,
man? How
okay. You
you
didn't answer it right
man?
there. You didn't answer it.
My girl Mexican. My girl Mexican.
Okay. All right. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, you know what dish that I need to remember how to make that's like is a killer is menudo. Like that stuff, that's delicious.
Oh shit!
Was it
Now you
good?
talking about language.
Is it
It's
good?
about to be menudo weather too.
I like the bosole. I think is what it's called.
Oh,
Yeah, the
bro, that's so
With the
good.
with the pork chuck. You having the
mm-hmm.
pork chuck and be big pieces of pork and that be decent.
Yeah,
I like
yeah, and the
that.
bondigas.
I'm getting hungry.
See,
Yeah.
All right,
that's how
now
you
we
can
didn't
tell
talk
we've
about
all had
free
some good
soups
dishes.
and need to be on track very soon. But man, yeah, man. Before we let you out of here, any shout outs you want to drop? Anything you want to say?
Shout out to my whole G2 team, Talents Boxing Gym for putting up with us in the morning when we come in the box, cracking jokes. Thank to my family, my friends, everybody that's on the live watching. Thank you to ASAP Sports All Plays Network. I didn't know this was like y'all had your own network. It was pretty decent.
Yeah,
I like it.
yeah, thank
I didn't know nothing. I used to see ASAP Sports, but it's like when y'all asked me, and I'm like, oh shit, okay, that
Hey,
must be pretty cool.
that's the man that runs it all.
you.
J Nice, got you.
Yeah. I just know the fighting aspect. I'm still trying to learn the boxing, but MMA, I'm
Hmm.
all on board for. That's my shit.
Yeah, I follow boxing a little bit. I don't follow it a whole lot, but I like boxing. I like boxing. I like watching boxing.
Yeah, that's what started me in combat sports, boxing. Just
Yeah, like
growing up in the
Muhammad Ali, Tyson.
Hmm.
Tyson,
Yeah.
Holyfield, Foreman, Sugar
Hmm.
Rays, like
Yeah, Sugar Ray. Yeah.
there's so
Who
many, and
else?
then of course Floyd. You
Yeah,
know,
I like Lomachenko too. That L he got was
Bro.
crazy, bro.
Bro,
yeah,
he's
that was
That
bad.
defeated him. That defeated him. Like it made him like, I don't want to do this boxing shit no more.
Yeah, that was bullshit. That was, but
Bullshit.
ain't he? Didn't they just give him a? They just gave him a redemption match. Didn't they just give him Enos?
I don't
Did they
know,
give
but
him
that
boots?
he should have won that. He should have won that fight.
against Devin Haney.
I'm gonna have to go back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
he
Yeah,
won.
he
Yeah.
should have won that fight. Definitely.
I know there was talks that they were gonna book Shakir Stevenson versus Vasil Lomachenko, but I'm pretty sure that fell through.
Oh yeah, no, that's who they were talking about. It was supposed to be Stevenson's, but I don't think machine. I don't think that's not right. Um,
Stevenson, he about to fight somebody else. I forgot the guy's name.
yeah,
Yeah.
they moved it. They changed it up. I Haney, that them letting Haney win that fight really fucked up what was supposed to be going on. Now you got a
Yeah.
bunch of question marks because he did not win that fight. I don't care what anybody say.
Yeah, he didn't. He didn't win. He got busted up.
Hmm. It shows
Ain't
the
Charlo and
how tough the sport is.
Canelo like next week?
Hmm.
Ain't Charlo and Canelo like next week?
I think so.
Who you got? Charlo, you got Canelo.
Honestly, I haven't watched a lot of Charlo, so I'm going for Canelo just because he just got he's just Canelo. You feel
That's my same way.
Charlo's good.
I'm leaning on Canelo.
yeah, but
Yeah,
we'll see
Charlo's
how it
good. I
goes.
like Charlo, but Canelo gonna work him. He gonna work
I
him.
gotta
So now I have a
watch a
question.
little bit more of Charlo. Yeah, what was you gonna say?
I got a question. So you heard Haney and Tank going back and forth on the internet, right?
No, I didn't see it. Well, I heard a little bit, but I didn't read exactly what they were saying.
So basically, Haney said something along the lines of he whooped Tank's ass. Tank said
When?
something along the lines of we sparred a few times and you never told everybody that I dropped you. So now they talking about Tank trying to move up and fight Haney. What's your take on that?
Mm, I mean, it would be a great fight. I mean, I heard the story though. Like, Tank dropped Haney, then they stopped it, and then they kept going, and then Tank was like off the couch, got done getting drunk the last night before, So he get kicked off a little bit. But I feel like Tank gonna win though. I feel like Tank will win that fight. You know, I feel like Tank is just that guy of this generation right now. Like he proved it with Ryan Garcia with just his left hand. Like he didn't really throw bombs or go out there like a Tank. He just boom, drop him. That's it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So,
power
Freaking
and
yeah.
being a technician on that one.
but if Tank do move up, Tank gonna win. I
Oh
feel like
yeah.
Tank gonna win.
It's just I'll never. After what I've seen from Tank over the last like year and a half, 2 years, I don't think I'll bet against him. But
Yeah.
I gotta wait. But all right, man. I know we got you up late out there, man. I want to let you get to it. We really appreciate you coming on.
Thanks for having me, guys. It was a true pleasure.
Nah, absolutely, man. It's a genuine privilege to be able to interview you guys, get to hear your story, and also to help spread that too, to help your career. So I truly do mean it when I say it's a privilege.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Hopefully, we can see you back out here, UFL or one of the other promotions. See you back out here fighting soon.
Yeah. It'll be dropping pretty soon. We'll probably get
Nice.
one more fight in before the year end, then just call it a year and come back probably like after March or something.
Ah,
Well,
there you
maybe
go.
February. Maybe February. Maybe come back February.
Yeah,
But we'll
yeah,
see how it go.
yeah. Hit us up too when you get those announcements too, so we can spread it out.
I got you, man. I'll keep y'all posted on it.
Sounds
I
good, bro. We'll talk to you
bet.
soon.
All right, man. Thanks for having me. Have a good
All
one.
right. Peace, man. You have a good night.
Peace.
That was really cool. We had some technical issues starting out, but we ended it strong.
Through the storm, man. We fight through the storm, literally
hmm
tonight. You know.
Yeah, that storm was hitting hard. Like for the first like 20, 25 minutes, all I hear in the background was just that thunder cracking and that rain. And I was like secretly in the back of my head, it's like, oh, please, internet, fucking lights, don't go out.
Yeah, my shit, the internet and the lights went out for a little bit, so that shit was crazy, man.
Yeah.
Another good one in the books.
hmm Yeah. That was
Man,
really cool. It's cool to get to meet these guys from all over the states and even like some guys from other countries where we get to hear their story and like what really motivates them.
yeah. Like you said, hearing it from all over the country. Having to in the different paths again back to Arizona. Talking about how much of a stronghold we've been taking on this sport. And I like being able to connect those dots.
hmm
With fighters that are from out of state coming out here and fighting in our circuit.
hmm
Um, but yeah, so just a little bit OG boxing over the weekend. Great show. Great show.
Oh, absolute bangers, bro. Like, holy fuck. I know they had the main event that got canceled last minute, but it still did not disappoint.
Not at all, man. Who would you say we had fight of the night?
Um, to be honest, I'd have to really give it to Benjamin Rose and Elijah Sweat. That fight came so far out of left field in regards to the intensity of it, especially Elijah too, with how fast he was, how quick and how much power he had. Like, holy shit.
Man, um, yeah, his hand speed was incredible. Um, was great. Head movement was great. Um, he really he really surprised the shit out of me in that fight with how he came out. It
hmm
was amazing. And then like I couldn't argue that that was definitely in my top two. Um, definitely in my top two. Uh, and then Isaiah, that was a really good fight. Isaiah and Chris,
Yeah, that was close. I wouldn't have been surprised if they would have done a majority draw just because how close of a fight that was. I mean, I know at that first round, Isaiah had the two knockdowns on Chris. Chris kind of argued that the second one was a slip, but going into the rest of the match, it was so close.
I don't even think Chris was arguing it. It was just more of what actually happened.
Hmm.
It was definitely a knockdown. It was just as the person being knocked down, he said it wasn't because of the punch. It wasn't really the power itself. It just kind of knocked him off balance, and he wasn't able to regain his footing and keep himself up. And I don't
Hmm.
think he was arguing it at all. I think as far as the way he took it, he took it, you know, great. Um, the best you can take a loss.
Hmm.
Um, and like I said during the interview, I mean, dude put on a freaking great performance. I think that first knockdown caught him off guard. The second knockdown, yeah, he lost his footing, and was definitely knocked down. But that woke him up, and
Hmm.
from there on, it was a fucking war. Now, I will say that a lot of people were saying that it could have been a major or it could have been a draw. They could have seen it go a couple other ways, but there's no. Um, you can't take anything away from Isaiah's performance.
Hmm.
Um, if there was one knockdown, maybe, but there was too many points for him to make up in that from that first round for him to be able to do it. Yeah, it was just too much. So,
Yeah. Do you think they're gonna try to run it back? Because I know Chris, he wants to get that rematch.
I definitely think they will face each other again. I don't think that's going to be their next fights.
Yeah, I think they'll get one more each in the book before they do that rematch.
Yeah, I definitely think that'll be a good rematch for OG. Um, really good rematch from the promotion. It was a really good fight.
Yeah,
Um, Adam Lopez, another one,
that
another one in
was
the book.
that was a great one. I love the story dynamic too, because like when I interviewed the both of them, and then we had them on the show, they were talking about the fact that they've already sparred before. So Adam, he was eager just to be able to throw bangers from the beginning and not have to go through that feeling out period.
Yeah, much respect to both of them. They've trained together, they sparred together, they've kind of came up together over the last few months, last half a year or whatever. And Much respect for Adam stepping up and fighting a quote unquote more experienced fighter. He's had that was his sixth fight.
Yeah.
That was Adam's second pro fight, right?
Yeah, that was just his second pro fight. And because of the circumstances that happened with the main event, he actually got to main event the fight too.
Right. Being there, get the lights on him and go through that, moment this early on, talk about experiences and how it can, carve out your career as it goes. So, it was a great performance. I can't wait for the next one, man.
Same. How'd you feel about getting to do more post fight interviews? Because I know that's still a new element for us.
To me, those are I love the post fight interviews. Um, you get that adrenaline from the fighter, get to talk to him while that's still pumping. You
Mm-hmm.
get you get their true reaction, um, and you just get a little bit more oomph out of them, and understanding how they're feeling about the situation as well. So I definitely like the post fight interviews. I'm enjoying getting to be more involved in that. Um, but I mean, Josh, we talk about it all the time. I mean, what we're doing in this industry or what we're doing with each other as far as this is concerned, it's growing and changing all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Hopefully they'll see us commentating a couple of shows um, here really soon. We're doing the post fight interviews, we're doing the pre fight interviews. So just trying to grow, man, expand our wings,
Mm-hmm.
take over more.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's definitely a lot of gratitude and appreciation to not just the fighters themselves, but the gratitude we're also receiving from some of the promoters, especially from the fans and the fighters' families, because like that even they understand what our goal is and what we're trying to do for these fighters. And that's the best part about this whole experience is that like how they always say, it's really a passion sport. It really is a passion, especially in our position when, like, in the past year and a half, almost 2 years now, us combined have interviewed like nearly 350 fighters and getting to get so close and to hear so many great stories from all these guys. Like it's nothing but love for the sport, and it's such a privilege to be able to help provide them that platform.
Yeah, no, it really is, man. It really, really is. So next up, what's coming up next? We got James Dietz next week.
Yes, sir. We got James Dirty Deets. That one I'm especially excited for because I remember when the last Rage in the Cage, the one that got canceled, when I talked to James Deets, he's a really dope dude. He's super chill, laid back. Like when I did a Lil Wayne interview with him, he was so cool with his demeanor. So I could tell he's a really dope dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one. Next week we have um, I forget who we have next week.
Next week is James Deets. Or are you talking about
Like
the
a week
following
after.
week?
Yeah,
Oh, the week
got
after?
Rob.
Yeah, so we're gonna have Rob Stucker. He's one of the guys that founded PFA, and then I know October 3rd we're gonna have another boxer, and I believe, or no, October 3rd is gonna be Paul Marguitas.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Paul. Paul from the Rough Promotions circuit. He just fought at 55, so we'll have Paul on talk about that. Ahead of Rough 56, with its will be coming shortly after that, a couple weeks in October.
Yeah,
Yeah, this should be fun, man. We got a lot of stuff coming up. I'm excited too. Next week, the 22nd, that Friday is Antoine Ho.
that's
So
right.
LFA. So that's coming up too, man. A lot of stuff coming up over the next couple weeks. Football's
Yeah.
back.
Yes, sir.
This
Oh, Trenton and Brandon, they're gonna be fighting this weekend too, up in Vegas for Tough Enough.
That's right. I did
Yeah,
see.
dude,
See, man.
I'm so bummed that I can't be there to watch them fight.
I know. I know. This is gonna be the second one Trenton's done that we haven't in a row that we haven't been able to see.
Hmm.
This time, I'm gonna figure out a way to find it on fucking pay per view.
Yeah. Yeah, for real. Hopefully, because I know the last one they didn't do any live stream coverage of Trenton's fight from the event, so we had to watch through Brandon's family's live stream. So we gotta make sure we get on that. I hope they live stream his fight.
Yeah, I'm gonna call him.
Be like, hey yo, fools, we gotta live stream the whole thing. We got crowds watching all of
Don't play no games.
it.
Pay some bills. But before we get out of here, man, anything you want to say?
As all.
Whole sports off.
Oops. Not what I
why you
wanted.
why you sabotaging?
That's what I was trying to do.
No, it's a genuine privilege to be a part of all this stuff and to do what we're doing. And I guarantee it, this is becoming one of the greatest combat sports show, period. It's we get the job done. We have such great stories and we connect with the fighters on a level that you don't see anywhere else. So it's guys, you gotta stay tuned for this show every Tuesday, 8 p.m. live.
I agree.
Shanig, man. Fuck with ASAP Sports Network, man. Tune in, stay logged in, stay mouthed in. You dig? Yuck mouth. Yada da. Boy!
Yeah, but I agree. Um, thank you guys. We shall see you this weekend. It is Del Sol weekend. So we will be at the Glendale Civic Center, I believe, again,
Yeah.
for some more wonderful boxing.
Yes,
And
sir.
if you ain't got nothing to do this weekend, come on down to the Glendale Civic Center and watch some exciting boxing, man. There's always some great action. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then we got Amun Cosme. He's also gonna be in town this weekend, so I might get an interview with him.
Nice to him out too. Well, guys, until next time, I'm James.
And I'm Josh.
This is Throwing Hands.
Peace.
Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. Rebel soul child got a fist ball. I'm a respawn of ancestors, and I'm blessed, They are not him, tell him fess up. I get check stub, hella carefree, nothing scares me, hella reckless. Yeah, I got next up, right? No, we not the same, cause see when I look in your iris, you likely to talk but not ready to ride. You do better keeping it quiet. My pen is ignited, my soul is enlightened. I like who I am, but I'm biased. The palette is right, and my drip is a fountain. I'm not like these regular guys. All of that talk is misguided. She like the way I make the tape print, but the way I make the words play is grim. I'm the reaper reaching for the kill switch, the label cut the check like